Hey guys, Tommy G, middle-aged millennial, and gamate, go. I should be doing this, right? As you can see, I've had a little bit of work done while I've been here. Just wondering what you think. I'm sure my mother would be proud. So, as happens in New Zealand, yeah, we've met with a couple of Kiwis, and they convinced me last night after a number of drinks that perhaps I should get this done. So here we are. This is the new me, as I'm from the land of the big white cloud. And yeah, I can see, look, Anne loves it. I can see right there. She thinks it's fantastic. All right, okay, enough fun. And I'm sure Mr. Peter Rouse, if he was in the house, would be enjoying this Kiwi formation on my face. Anyway, we've been having, it's been a really good week, and the sad part is, Pete, what do you think of the work? Got it done just now, as a matter of fact. I did say last night, but I'm lying. So I missed the beginning. Yeah, where were you? And look, what do you think of this work, Pete? Does it work for you? I thought you might like it. It's Australian. Not. Anyway, so here we are. He likes it. So here we are in the land of the big white cloud, New Zealand, and we're in Queenstown, as you know from the previous posts that we've had. This has been an epic week so far. We're waiting for Anne Murphy to join. She's busy finishing her eating, and as we know, she doesn't do that in a hurry for anybody, because that's the healthy way to go. Cultural appropriation. There we go, and assimilation as I digest it and absorb what I've done to my face. So we have learnt a lot while we've been here, not only about New Zealand, Queenstown, which really is truly stunning part of the world. It's such an easy, cruisy vibe here, and it's you know it's clean, you know it's safe, and you don't know how beautiful it is until you actually come here and have a look. And I have been here once before on work, which is, you know, living out of a suitcase in a hotel type of thing, and you know, it used to be coming in, have a few drinks with your team, and then fly out the next day after you've had your day of what is it, the annual sort of get together. But this really is a you know, heaven on earth part of the world, and a lot of famous people are making their way into investing in places like, well, New Zealand and Queenstown. So yeah, sad to be leaving actually tomorrow. Anne's just messaged me, okay. I think okay means that she's just about to jump on as well. But as we lead up to eating out, as we've titled this FB Live, just good opportunity to sort of sit back and reflect on what has been a great 6 or 7 days. And you would have seen a number of the videos of a few of the different things that we were doing. Anne and I have learnt a lot about Anne, how different it is and how similar it is to where we have come from, and it's kind of got a bit of best of both worlds in a way. So yeah, I think we're going to be back. We've actually been invited back, if I'm not being too assuming too much there, Pete, but I'm pretty sure you invited myself and, you know, both of us actually back. Oh no, Anne couldn't come, that's right. Only I could come. Oh well, yeah, sorry about that, Anne. Maybe I can sneak you in the suitcase or something next time. And we've got Anne Wenstrom Murphy also on, as I've been tap dancing with my Kiwi Maori tattooed face. So I'm going to bring her on. Let's have a look if she's there. And Mr. Murphy, we're going to add her in. Whoop, add. She comes, and I bet you she hasn't got those anywhere as nice a scenery as
Hey,
I have. Come out there, come out there, go,
I have to adjust
go.
my
I think it's the beginning of the
I
song
have to
anyway.
adjust my tripod. Hold on a second. Keep talking.
All right, okay. More. I think people are getting sick of
Okay.
hearing from me.
I'm ready.
But the Ted Dance will
I'm
continue.
ready.
Oh, you ready? Have you done something
Have I
with
done
your
something
hair,
with my
Anne?
hair? No, it's just getting long.
Yeah. No?
It,
Oh, okay. All right. No, just got a close-up view of
no.
it. It kind of looked different. Um, no?
Hold on. I'm grabbing my let me grab my ball here.
Okay. Nothing
Okay.
in writing, says Peter. Just going on an invitation. Peter did invite us again. It must have been under duress. I don't know how that's possible with
So
Peter
you
Rouse, but
guys are
anyway.
with Peter? Cool.
We're with Peter, and you know the title. And also, look at this. Let me just turn it around here a little. How's this for some
Let
scenery?
me see. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
kind of
I
crazy?
like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Mm-hmm.
nice indeed, right? So I'm about to pop. Oop, having a bit of fun with my tripod here. Let me just bend this up without it making some crazy sounds. And we also have Peter Rouse in the Maori house.
Hey, how are
And
you?
hey, right. So, guess what I thought we'd also add into today? So, the title, Eating Out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you like surprises.
That's always a
So,
good one.
so
Mm-hmm.
it's always a good one, right? So eating out, as in eating out restaurants and how to navigate your
Mm-hmm.
way through a menu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you may have some different ideas that I'm sure
Yep.
we can just add in. And eating out and eating outside, because I believe that it's lunchtime here, and Peter is going to hit the barbecue. We might get a cameo appearance from him, and we
Good.
could talk a bit about barbecuing food, which could be an
Mm-hmm.
interesting debate. Um, yeah. But what did you
Well,
want to talk
eating
about
out's
today?
fine with me. Yeah.
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 All
So I
right.
just found out
Sweet.
about 5 minutes
So,
ago that this is what we're talking about, guys. So
well, it's usually that's kind of like more than our
yeah,
usual
yeah,
preparing time.
yeah. So that's all good.
All right. Well, it's actually getting warm out here. Okay. So let's kick it off. I mean, if you're traveling a lot, which
Mm-hmm.
I've done in the past, and if you're an exec, you've got no
Mm-hmm.
choice but to eat out a lot of the time, unless you bring your food with you. And I used to travel a lot with what was isogenics and maybe different stuff in future, because my body can only
Mm-hmm.
handle so much pea protein from a non-whey point of view. And that's when you've got the emergency pack in the backpack with the
Mm-hmm.
clean water and stuff, right? We've got Francis joined. Look sharp, Anne. Okay, geez, one day
Hey,
someone
Fran,
might
how
say I
are
look
you?
sharp, but anyway, it's okay. I'll live. Okay, it's all right.
Hey, Missy.
I'll
Hey,
just let you soak
Matt.
that up. Um, okay. So, hey, Maddie. Eating out. So
Mm-hmm.
your restaurants, or you're being
Yeah.
social and you're meeting some people. You've got date
Mm-hmm.
night even happening, or you're out
Or
with
you're
some
at
friends.
a
I
party,
mean,
or yeah, whatever. There's all kinds of
yeah,
situations, and
right. You're
yeah,
at a sports
yeah.
game,
There's
even, right? I mean, how do you survive the
right.
food? How do you navigate through
Yeah,
eating the right stuff
yeah.
in your experience when you're
Okay,
in those
so
situations?
first of all, it was funny when you were saying, oh, when you travel, you used to, pack it all in your backpack. I do
Just in
that.
case.
Thanks, Nadia. I do that when I travel, when I fly. Um, I take a bag with food, and it's real food. Like it's real food.
You take a flight.
It's fruit. It's sometimes I go to Kimberton Whole Foods and I'll get like a prepared like quinoa burgers and a salad, and I have a bag of food that I do take with me. um just yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I've been
They
yeah.
let you check
Oh
that in.
yeah, you can take it. You can take food. Yeah. Yeah, it has to go through the belt, but
Right.
you know.
Right. Quick thanks to Anne. We're both
Oh,
looking on
thank
point.
you.
I just wanted to soak
I've
that one up.
also
Okay. That's good. Just want to
Yeah, and
press
like
that button.
Nadia says,
Go on.
almonds and goodies. Like I've been known to put food in my suitcase and take that with me too. And yeah, a lot of times it is. It's like nuts, seeds, um,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
even fruits. I've done that. Like put it in my suitcase, dried fruit,
Right.
stuff like that. Hey
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's one thing you can do, and I have done. Um, I have at times taken, I don't use it a lot, but there's a protein shake that I like it's got the BCAAs. It's all organic and raw.
Which one?
It's called Vivo
Which
Life.
one?
Yeah, it's really
Okay.
good. It's, sprouted. It's the best one. It's the only one I'll use. So
Right.
yeah, so that I've been known to put that in a container and put that in my suitcase as well. I don't do it that often, but I have, you know. So
Right.
that's all good. And I'll take sometimes I get it's a greens powder. I don't use it regularly, but times when I feel like I need an extra boost or something, I would do that.
Yeah.
I haven't had this in probably a year and a half. I had a migraine for 3 days. And yesterday I just felt like I need this extra boost of everything, So I made a smoothie with some vegetables and the protein powder and the greens. But yeah, so it's really good to do that when you're traveling. You can pack a bag and carry it on. You can put some stuff in your suitcase, But yeah, the ones that last for a long time. Um, so yeah, so here's the other thing. Yeah, I prefer my own food too, Peter. Yeah, and I know,
Yeah. Yeah. But
yeah,
even in business class
yeah.
and first class, where the
Hmm.
food's even better.
Hmm.
Pete still packs his own stuff, so
Yeah, I
that's
do.
interesting.
And even I flew business class when I went out to Nevada to see my mom. My daughter and I went, and we packed food. We packed food. So
Right.
let's talk about once you get there. Should we talk about travel? You tell me, guys, do you want to hear
Yeah.
about travel first, or do you want to hear about, like, say, you're at a party or an event or something, and the food? Like, which do you want to hear about, like, first? Put it in the comments, and we can go there.
Yeah.
Give us some
But
feedback.
that's yeah. I mean, I'll do
Give
the
us some
same stuff, right?
feedback.
I'll
Hmm.
pack some nuts. I mean, usually before the flight, a lot of the little cafeterias or the shop where you buy the books, news agencies, and they'll have a whole bunch of different, even healthy chocolate, dark
Yeah.
chocolate, clean stuff,
Yeah.
vegan stuff. As long as what? As long as you don't mind paying double the price, which
Nadia,
can have other
he's in
stresses
New
on your health.
Zealand right now. He's visiting his friend Peter. He lives on the Gold Coast of Australia. So typically he has the ocean. He has
Yeah,
the
I'm usually
ocean
based.
behind him typically,
Yeah.
but he's visiting Peter, who is always on.
Yes, about three and a
Yeah,
half
yeah.
hours
So I knew it was Aussie.
direct flight from Coolangatta, Gold
Yeah.
Coast, about
Okay.
three and a
So
half hours.
nobody's given.
So,
So let's go. Which do you want to go with? Which do you want to go with
right.
first?
Look, I think let's just do a
Okay.
little more on travel. I mean, water is the other one, and even when you're getting served water, unless you buy the bottled water on the flight, if you're getting it out of that tap, they have had
Yeah.
terrific reports that have come back
I
with the
won't drink.
infectious stuff
Yeah.
that's bred in
I
those
won't
tanks in the
drink
aircraft,
anything. I won't
right?
drink
They never clean them.
anything
Right.
from the aircraft. So once I get through
Yep.
security, I do buy bottled water. I mean, you have to. Typically, like
Right.
here, if I buy bottled
Right.
water, I buy bottled spring water in glass, but you can't do that at the airport.
Right.
So, um,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
buy bottled water then.
Or the bottle that we showed in a recent
Mm-hmm.
FB Live
Mm-hmm.
with Anne, a company called Lark, LARQ, and it's USB rechargeable on the top, and it actually has UV. Oh,
There you go.
ta-da! This one's
Right.
called Larry, affectionately named by Anne, but on the top is a bottom. Lark, L-A-R-Q, you can buy. They came off Kickstarter, so I bought a couple of these, and you can
Right.
sterilize
Yeah.
the water.
See, that's,
using
yeah.
UV. So if you're on a flight or
Yeah.
somewhere else, India or somewhere where the water can be a bit
Yeah.
suspect,
And there's,
use
yeah.
one
And
of these as
there are
well,
a couple
right?
of other
Health
bottles
tech,
like
right?
that are, you can put whatever water and it'll, filter it some. So that's another option as well. And
Clean it up.
then that's good
Yeah.
because then you're not getting the,
Right.
because plastics leach into water no matter what. So, but yeah, but never.
Exactly.
I won't drink anything I don't touch anything in the airplane, like none of the food and none of the water.
Right.
I bring my own.
And I'm going to interrupt just for a moment for a quick cameo because I can smell something going on here.
So they're having a barbecue there, guys.
Just
They have
as
a
we,
barbecue going on.
Yeah, I've still got my. Let me just get rid of my makeup that I've got on as well.
Oh, but you're
doesn't look good on you.
Going for that tribal look, right? The Aborigines are back in Australia.
The local look. Yeah, well, the Maoris are. And I've lost my screen has gone, but you can see.
Oh, you can. It's
there
just
we go.
clear.
Yeah, it's just the glare and it's dimmed it up. But Pete, is this part of the health regime?
Yeah.
It is.
Look at that.
Homemade.
Look at that filter.
Can you break this down for us?
Grass-fed organic ground beef.
Grass-fed organic ground beef. Apparently, Anne.
Yeah, if you're gonna have it, that's what you have
Keep
to
them
have.
nicely.
It needs to be grass-fed, organic, for sure.
Right, so it's clean meat, but the cooking process, grilling like that,
yeah,
healthy, not healthy, but
don't overcook it. Don't do it too hot.
Yeah,
that's medium rare to rare.
Medium rare to rare.
Yeah, you don't want to burn. You don't want to burn it. That's when it's not good. When it's burned.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing above medium.
Nothing above medium.
If you eat above medium, you're wasting your time.
Right. Okay. Good. As well, right? It's like go and chew on a piece of wood.
Waste a good meat.
Why do that? Is there? I mean, also, some people will be more predisposed if it is overcooked. It affects some people negatively, but others less so. Apparently.
Look,
no?
Now Peter's got the filter.
If it's overcooked, some people get affected more than others.
I think.
I don't think no. It's not good in general. To have the burn, the charcoal. Look at he's got the filter now.
He's got it. He stole my mask, dude.
That's funny.
We're switching. Okay, whatever.
Can't make his mind up.
Can't make his mind up. Who's the better on?
I'll talk to you later, Nadia.
All right, okay. All right, thanks, Pete. I'll let you get back to it, mate, before it gets too dry. And well done.
Yeah, he needs to pay attention. He needs to pay attention to the cooking.
Yeah, exactly. Right,
so here's another
right.
thing. Like when I travel, here's what I do.
Yeah.
Before I go somewhere, I get on and I Google and I find some like what kind of like organic or farm to table restaurants are around, and then also what kind of natural food stores are around. So I do that before I go. So then I have some kind of an idea, but I have found over the years that if you Google once you're there, a lot of times other places come up, So I always do that. And then I kind of plot, like, what am I going to do? Like, where am I going to go? Like, what kind of food am I going to get? Do I have a refrigerator wherever I'm staying? That can affect everything. Although my daughter and I, one time we were in Chicago and it was cold out. So we took food and we put it in bags, and the hotel had windows that opened. So we hung it out the window so that it stayed cold.
One way to do it.
It was makeshift refrigeration.
Right. And also, but I mean, you've also got to be careful where you're traveling to. Like, if you're going to Australia, they've got a lot of primary industry to protect, and they will put you through quarantine. Well, if you get
Right.
busted, then that's not cool. But they've got a lot of primary industry to protect.
Right.
And you get handcuffed there if you bring in too much of like meat. You can go to Singapore, and you can bring in an esky full of red meat. Check it in, right? You do that
You're
in
going to be in
Australia,
trouble, right?
you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be
Yeah,
careful
when I
what
went
you
to
take
Scotland,
in. Check out each country.
and France, like I was able to bring
Same
in,
New
like I
Zealand,
had, you know, my own personal like fruit, like foods and stuff, and they were okay with that. But yeah, you do have to
Right.
watch that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So
All right. So okay.
yeah,
Go on.
so I think being prepared ahead of time is key to having that confidence and feeling like, okay, I'm good to go, you know. Um, you know, so that's flying.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about next?
Yep. Okay. Well, just to put another little bit of a not so light point on it for the execs that are traveling, that you know,
Right.
I haven't got time for that shit. Just then get, like you said, you know, you can get it in sachets with isogenics. There are other companies as well,
Yeah.
where you can just carry it in your backpack,
Yeah.
like I used to, still do from time to time, and have your water purified water, or one that you can purify some health tech, like I just showed with the lark.
Yeah.
Mix it in, shake it up, at least you know you're getting some balance,
if
sort
they
of like
don't want to do that,
micronutrients.
if they don't want to
Yep,
do
go on.
that, you know, some people just don't want to. Okay, so here's what you do: get your bottled water once you
Yep.
get through security,
Yep.
and go for, like you were saying, they have like nuts and seeds. You can get salads.
Yep.
You know, they have fruit. You know, you can
Yep.
sometimes.
And you can pre-order. You can pre-order your meals too. I mean, like Singapore Airlines, for example.
Right.
It's like
Yeah, some
huge
airlines
selection.
you
You can go
can.
vegan, you can go pescatarian, you can go vegetarian, all
Right.
these religious meals. So you
Yep.
know, just be a little more
Yeah.
organized. Have it in your profile.
Yeah.
You can put it in your profile.
Peter, that's what I
usually.
was just
Bang, it's
saying.
already
What
there in
I
front
do
of you.
is I research, I Google and research before I go somewhere. So I have an idea of where are like
Right.
farm to table restaurants or organic restaurants, natural food stores and stuff like that. And then
Yep.
when I get there, I Google again, because a lot of times
Yep.
other things show up. So yeah, that's key. I
Right.
like he has a database now.
Okay.
The other thing you can, I mean, you know, I always tell people, you know, I've had people like, oh, let's go to lunch, let's go to dinner. And they're like, oh, but where can we go? You know, I don't, you know, what are you going to be able to eat? I can find something to eat anywhere, you know, and there are restaurants in the airport that you can sit down and eat. And if you don't finish it, you can ask to wrap it up and take it with you, you know, do your best. Do your best. That's always the key is, you know, do your best. Like, have your priorities. What are your like no-goes, you know? And you know, there are certain things that for me, I don't eat unless I know where it came from. But there are plenty of other things I can piece together,
Yes.
you know. And at a restaurant, I've really found if you talk to the waitress or the waiter, they're more than willing to work with you and pull things from here and there and piece things together so that you can have a decent meal. So, you know, find out what are your non-negotiables, what, you know, things I just won't eat this, you know, and then work with them and they'll piece it together for you, you know. Open your mouth.
True.
Talk.
True. So, yeah. Depending on some countries, you know, culturally, I mean, you know, if I was in a restaurant in Singapore, it's a little harder a lot of the time to get a customized meal. You still can. You come to Australia and they're very accommodating. I think
It was hard in
New Zealand's the
Scotland.
same.
It
We
was
say
hard in Scotland too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you piece
Different
together, you
places,
know. And in
different
France, it was
yeah, exactly.
some places it was easier than others. Like some of the places, some of the like traditional French restaurants. I mean, it's literally like, okay, this is what we have to eat, and that's it, you know. And it was like, okay, well, I guess I'm eating this, you know.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, UK is really hard. Yeah, it was.
It's
What was it?
UK for getting clean food in
Oh
UK is
yeah,
hard. Full stop.
yeah, yeah. So
So
at
much
that point,
starch.
that's when when we talk about mindful eating, so that the body is
Yep.
relaxed and is able to just do what it needs to do. Like both in France and in Scotland, there were a lot of times where it's like, okay, I'm eating this. It's not something I would choose to eat. I don't really know where it came from. You know what? I'm
Right.
hungry. And this happened 2 times at like traditional French restaurants where like all they had, like, so you don't get to order, like, this is what they're serving for the night. And they don't eat a lot of vegetables. And it
Right.
was like
Right.
meats and stuff like that. And it was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know
Yep.
what? And at that point, I really wasn't eating much meat at all. And it was like, okay, I'm eating it. It was meat and greens. Like, I don't eat
Yep.
greens, you know? But I was
Right.
very
Right.
relaxed and very mindful about it. And I chewed really well. And I was okay. I ate the
Yeah.
bread, you know,
Yep.
I was okay.
Look, I mean, if it's a short, I mean, if you're either on a holiday or it's that one
Yeah.
night
That was
week,
three
I
in
mean,
France.
it's
It was 3 weeks.
cheap.
And it was fine, like,
Right. Right. I mean,
right.
you're not doing it all the time, and we've got to be careful not to. One thing I was told by an Ayurvedic medicine lady, in fact,
Hey,
as well as
Brad.
with, I'm going to name drop here, with Rich Roll, up in the Tuscany hills there with his wife, Julia Piat. And she was releasing her new
Okay.
vegan book, because they're vegans, right? And I forgot the lady's name. She was an Ayurvedic
Okay.
medicine lady.
Right.
Did
The
the
Ayurvedic. Yeah.
thing for checking me out. Yeah, and she said to me one thing that stuck with me since, which was that everything in moderation, includes
Yeah.
moderation, right? As for me, I'll tend to
Yeah.
go hard at stuff, and I'll go hard
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
everything
No.
balance,
And when you're
balance, but
traveling,
there's still that tension and
or
stress.
or even at parties, you're at parties, like, yeah, there are things you can do, like eat ahead, make sure you're, like when I'm working with clients, and I do it myself, like a lot of times if I'm going somewhere and I know, it's not the best food choices for me, I will eat a little something that I know is nutritious. But then when I get there, the same as with, like, we
Yeah,
were just talking with traveling, I don't worry about it. I make the best choices,
yeah,
and sometimes I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going to eat. Like, and that's what happened, like in France, because,
yeah.
we were with our, we'd had an exchange student living with her, and then the next year with us. And then the next year, me and my kids went and stayed with her family, and we were there for 3 weeks, and we were in different parts of France. And, like her mom made food, and it was like meat and grains. There wasn't a lot of vegetables. And like I said, we went to the traditional place, and it was like, it was fine. It was fine. I ate it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And the same thing in Scotland. It was, it is what it is. And
You're not
no,
doing it all
yeah,
the
and you
time.
can exactly.
I mean,
It's not.
chronic disease builds up over years. It builds up over
Yeah.
years. Not over a
Right.
weekend,
Right.
not over a holiday.
And
Um,
again, with
so
the
you got to give yourself a bit
mindful
of a break.
eating, go looking at it as, what? I'm having an adventure. I'm having an experience, and I'm hungry, and I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to enjoy myself, and going into it relaxed. So when you have that, so you have that parasympathetic, that relax, you're not in stress, mode, you're relaxed, and the body's just like, okay,
Yep.
I'll do whatever I need to do with it. Well, whatever.
But cool.
Yeah.
Let's decompress.
Yeah.
Let's decompress. Let's chill. Okay, we're having a bit of fun with some food that's not maybe the best.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing it for a couple of weeks. Fine.
Yeah,
Chill out,
it's
dude.
fine.
It's okay.
It's fine. So I think,
I have to remind myself of that sometimes too, or not exercising. I haven't exercised a lot over the last week, and automatically I'm starting to, now and then I'll come up where I'll beat myself up.
Right.
Oh, I've been slack.
Yeah, no, but it's okay. That's okay.
It's a week.
And
you're
and it's not like you're
doing
sitting,
different stuff.
You're moving, you're doing stuff. So, yeah.
Still kind of active, yeah, right. Not sitting in an office chair
Right.
or at my desk
Right.
for like
You're
7
being
hours.
active. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
like you don't worry about that. Sometimes a part of enjoying the culture,
right.
enjoying the local foods. Yeah.
Local
Yeah.
foods, yeah. Which is when in
Yeah.
Rome, as he said earlier. I mean, and even
Mm-hmm.
the local
Yeah.
produce, right, Anne? I mean,
Yeah.
the local foods, you got to blend into the local stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
healthier generally.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's not something to go get all worried about, I think I think
Right.
and I've said this before, like we've made eating like so confusing, so stressful, so wrong and
Yep.
right and all this. And
Yep.
it's bullshit, Like first of all, we need to eat. We need to eat, Second of all, we don't need to be so worried about it. And the food rules aren't really rules. They're man-made, and we need to just like cool the fuck out and eat, enjoy. Okay, my light just turned out by itself.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Right. Okay. Right. Be
There
the
you
gray
go.
man.
Yeah, not black and white. Not black and white.
Right. There we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call. All right. So look, I've found once again for the execs, and if you're going to the meat restaurant, maybe you've got some results when you need to start pulling back off the red meat.
Mm-hmm.
It could be cardio related, right? I've found where I can navigate through going into a meat restaurant where the rest of the team are, or there's an event, and I've always found
Oh,
I
yeah.
can navigate through getting some veg or something specially made, because you'll say, even though I'm not a vegan, I'll say I'm a vegan because restaurants understand that. And they go,
Yeah.
okay, religious meal.
Right.
Let's see if we can sort that out. So,
Yeah.
I've never found it a problem to navigate around when, if it's not a holiday
Right.
and it's regular, right?
Right,
Which it is
yeah.
for a lot of execs, you
Mhm.
still eat healthy and travel.
No.
There is no excuse. It's getting a bit of
Yeah.
knowledge, getting a new habit built in,
Yeah.
bang, and then you're
Yeah,
done,
exactly. And
So,
it's
yeah.
learning and getting comfortable with that. When I first started on this journey almost 18 years ago, and I was doing a lot of traveling at that point with my business, and no, McDonald's was never an option. No, like But I would
Fast.
travel, and I didn't set parameters for myself, and then I would come home, and by the time I got home I was just feeling really, really sick, and everything was flared up, and it would take me a week to recover, and then I was like, okay, I can't do this. And then I just started experimenting with, okay, so like I'm not eating this, and like I started setting these parameters for myself, and then I learned, well, I started talking to the servers, and that's when I was like, oh, and I started taking more stuff with me as well. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, look, I think, we needed to kind of have a session like this because this is a part of everybody's life at some stage. Not always eating at home, and all the stuff that we talk about and how to make the best meal for you, and elimination diets and epigenetic diets and whatever, and Mediterranean diets.
This is the real living stuff.
But yeah, this is when you're either going on a holiday or you're working and you're traveling a lot in your job. There are ways to navigate that. I don't think there's really any excuse. It's too hard. I can't find it.
And that's all. You know what? That's all a
learn
priority.
and adapt.
That's all
and it becomes
priority.
automatic again. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll carry my nutrients. I don't carry all my nutrients with me all the time. I'll carry a minimum pack of the essentials. And I got to say, Isogenics carry some good stuff with them. They've got the one with their isogenesis stuff for telomere length in a same pack as they do for their omega-3 and a few others, which are men's daily essentials and a women's daily essentials. I'll just travel with that now. Maybe an AD and a K or something like that. But that's
you know what I do?
Rather than everything.
I put some of my supplements.
What do you do?
Like I don't take anything regularly. I muscle test myself just about every day as to what my body wants. But I just put in little containers and write on it what it is, and I just stick it in my bag or my suitcase or something. and then I have it.
Right. Right. Yep. Yep. That's
Yeah.
it. You just got to
Yeah.
get into some new habits, and that's what this has all been about.
Yeah.
Because it always starts back here in learning some new stuff that you just bring in and
Right.
do it consistently until it becomes a habit, becomes
Yep.
automatic. You're not even thinking
Yep.
about it, you know. So,
Okay, you guys go
okay.
eat.
All right, Ann. Well, yeah, we're gonna have some lunch here, and
I just had
you've
dinner.
already
Yeah.
had dinner, so
Yep.
you did.
My
What did you
daughter
have?
made it was gluten-free pasta with like tomatoes, and what else did she put in there? Like different vegetables. I think it was collards and
Nice.
cauliflower and carrots, and I'm not sure what else. And then she did this organic spinach. I think it's spinach and something organic chicken sausages that she had fried up and then she cut in pieces. Yeah, she came home and she was like, I said I was doing something and she was like, okay, well, I can make dinner. And I'm like, okay, whatever you want to make, just make it, and that's what she made. And it was good. And I
Right.
ate it and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice. We'll try. So, yesterday, just in case you didn't catch it, Anne, before we do land this one, on heal.me, in fact, Middleaged Millennial, I think as well. Sorry, we did a Manuka
Oh,
honey,
yeah.
which New
Yeah.
Zealand is famous for. We went into We went into the B. I think it's called B Spot, a store opened by a guy called Nick. He's had it open only for a year. It took him 2 years in the making. He's like 5 minutes, if that, from the airport here in Queenstown, if you're ever dropping in. And it's a great little cafe called Honey Cafe, I think it is. Go and check it out. They've got a bunch of
Oh,
vegans
cool.
flying around in the cafe. I've seen you in the ice cream.
Oh, cool. That's
It
funny.
was quite funny. But full story on Manuka and how it's
Yeah.
really good for, especially for topical, but
Yeah.
also for digestive stuff as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, Nick is a great guy. Pete's going to help him
I
expand
used
overseas.
Manuka honey. I think it was a burn I had one time. Yeah.
Right. They use it in the military. Apparently in the dressings, he
Yeah.
was saying.
Well,
The
and you
US
know what?
military are
So
using
with
it.
this
Manuka.
tattoo, I did a mix
Right.
of coconut oil and Manuka honey. That's all I used on it. And it
There you
healed.
go.
It healed in 5
Yep.
days with no scabbing, which with tattoos, you don't want to scab. Yeah.
That's
That's all I
crazy.
used.
It's crazy. You
I
get
just
varying
I
levels
just
of
kept
intensity
it.
of Manuka in there. The honey gets more bitter as you go more higher
Yeah.
in the Manuka content.
Yeah, Elisa. Yeah, third degree burn. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used it on a burn. And a friend of mine,
Third
a
degree
friend of
burns.
mine, she's a
Amazing.
raw food chef, and she had chopped like the top of her thumb off, and she used Manuka honey.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yep.
Manuka. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, so go and watch that, guys. I think I did it in Middle-Aged Millennial.
I'll
I'm not
have to go
sure,
check
but there's some
it.
other
Yeah,
great
I'll
stuff
check
we've
it
done
out.
on Hill.me. Yeah, and we're going to be doing some more in Hill.me. So for those of you who want to get some deeper content, and with Peter Rouse also in the house doing some visits over the next few Tuesdays, the time in APAC, but Monday evenings for the US, along with
Yep.
other people and experts. And we're going to start
Okay.
to get you in
Yeah.
there as well to do some other tight little
Okay.
sessions going
Sounds
deep,
good.
Anne, in Hill.me. So yeah, and if you want to learn more about how to get more nutritious habits happening, this lady over
Send me a
here,
message.
make
Yeah,
sure you
give me a
PM
message.
her. Send Anne Wenstrom Murphy a message, and anything around health tech and more genetically customized eating around
Send him a message.
epigenetics. Yeah.
Send him a
Send
message.
me a message. This guy here, right, for some personal health coaching and so on. So that's it.
Okay.
We're going to jump off.
Thank you, and have a great time.
And,
I
we'll
want to
see
be.
you
I'm
on
jealous.
the next
I want to
one.
be in the warmth. We had 8 inches of snow the other night. I'm so done. I hate being cold.
Oh my God. Well, they get that here too.
Yeah, well,
They
it's
get that
nice and
here
warm
too.
now, so.
It's Queenstown, great ski town.
I need to.
Yeah. All right,
I need
remember
to
to
go
enjoy
someplace
life.
where it's always warm.
Well,
There you go.
Gold Coast.
There you
Come
go.
on over. Come on
There you
over to
go.
the beach.
Okay.
All right.
You guys,
So remember
Yep.
to enjoy life
Yep.
right here. Right where you are too, Anne.
now, right now.
Today.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, because it's all you got.
Okay.
All right. See you in the next FB
We'll see you
Live,
next
guys.
week.
Bye. Okay.